Back here at the 2023 USAFL National Championships here at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch, Florida, as we've gone off to a flying start. This is the Women's Division II match between the Quebec Saints and the Houston Lone Stars. The Lone Stars lost earlier today to the Austin Crows, while the Quebec Saints will be playing their first of their two games today in this 5-team, 4-game round-robin format. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Barish. Great to have your company for this match. Joining me in the commentary position, member of the Seattle Grizzlies, member of the USA national team, and the president of the United States Australian Football League. That sounds really good to say. April Munn. Hello, April.
Happy to be here. Hi, Brian.
I'm happy as well, and I'm happy that you're here with us. We have a fantastic game, and I think a very intriguing matchup here. The Quebec Saints will have players from the North Star Blue Ox. They have 4 of them. And Houston will have players from the Sacramento Suns. They'll have Lizzie Sawyer from the Wasatch War Goals, and they also have one player from Denver. Very intriguing matchup. I think a little bit more experience on the Quebec side, but there's 2 teams that know each other well. Who players you're looking forward to on each? Some players you're looking forward to on each side, you think?
You know, I think it's going to be an interesting ruck contest. We'll see Haley Raton, called Rebar, switch into the ruck at some point, and that'll be an interesting matchup against Quebec's Joanna Rutkowski.
Yeah, Joanna Rutkowski, who played a long time for the Hamilton Wildcats, really broke into the scene in 2015 at the 49th Parallel Cup, and you see her there in the ruck with her back to us, number 68. We're underway. Quebec is wearing the white jumpers with the blue trim. They're going to send this one forward, one-on-one contest, and then out to the near side comes Swart, and we mentioned a number of Sacramento players. They've got the red shorts with the yellow trim. There's Macadamo, who's able to get that one away. Up to the far side they go, and over comes who is that? That's 18 there for Houston, beg your pardon. And then they'll rush that one through. There's a big shot for goal. They're going to have the win, Quebec, in this first half, and going all the way back now and getting knocked over, and a little flip kick off the ground. It's there for a goal. What a fantastic kick, and we'll see who that is. I saw an 8 on the end of it. That may have been Matilda Anderson, who is right there on the spot to kick the opening goal. So on the Watch AFL scoreboard, it's Quebec 6 and Houston no score. And you see how quickly things turned, April. They really just turned things into attack, and they got through for the first goal.
Yeah, absolutely. It was clean out of the middle, and little congestion up the left side there, but through to goal.
And we're underway once again. Rutkowski. It's funny because you can see Rutkowski's head in the lineup kind of sticking above everybody else. She's 6'4" and really uses her height to advantage, and she's really improved. You see her there battling in the ruck against who that is, 64 there for Houston, as this one is sent deep into the pocket. Going after it is Adamo, shoves Anderson out of the way, but that one is kicked down in towards the sticks. One-on-one contest as Sawyer battling her way against Stella Anderson, able to get that one through now, and there the ball, I think we're going to have a free kick out of this, and it will be Stella Anderson. But good pressure by Lizzie Sawyer, April. She's very, very stout in that defensive line.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of good body work from Lizzie, a lot of good body work out of the back line from the Sacramento Suns players, especially Macadamo.
That may have been a goal, I think. Yes, it is. What a goal across the body by Haley Jones. And the Saints have extended their lead off of a brilliant kick. She swung around her body, rode it on the wind, and on the Watch AFL scoreboard, Quebec goes to 2 straight 12, and no score for Houston. 12-0, Quebec the lead, and that's tough, especially on this wind. We have to talk about this wind real quick. It is blowing to our right. It's really about a 3-4 goal breeze, and we've seen pretty much every game affected by it so far.
Absolutely. It's blowing all day.
Indeed. That's what wind tends to do, especially we've had wind affect all of the matches that we've had in all 3 tournaments here in Florida. Ball comes out now, held off the footy, pushing and bowling her way through was McKenna Rattan, and it's great to see McKenna now in the play. She, of course, is Haley's wife. They've been married, I think, 2 years, I believe, is how long, but great to see her finally get on board and play alongside here. And fact, that may have been Jessica Stewart who knocked over her player. There's Rutkowski had overkicked her, which meant that it had to be super tall going down the bottom. There's Rutkowski, who had to go to the ground floor of the elevator, picked that one up. The handball, but the mustard came off the hot dog as Swart chips that one over the top. One-on-one contest picked up by Ellen McDonald, and the Brisbane teenager sends that one inside to the top of the 50-meter arc. Picked up nicely by Larissa Andrews Cision, who bangs it the heck out of there. The captain of the Midnight Suns. Long play in the middle, batted forward, but Adamo's going to go back. Tries to get away from Matilda Anderson, but just does barely. Boom! Down she goes, and she is Gone gone. Swart was there, and Quebec, even their forwards are swarming on defense to get the ball, although I think it may have been a high contact, but still good pressure by the Saints. That's one thing, like especially the Canadian teams are known for, is their good pressure, and you know this having played against the national team. This is Haley Jones. Jones swinging across the front. Bounces over everybody and then cleared out the back. Over to get it now. A one-on-one contest, kicking right into Megan Rye. Rye got it off the ground, but it's marked again. And this time it's Beth Nolenberger. And Nolenberger, the veteran, will go out to the near side looking for Swart. And the Long Island native, the mother of twins, takes the mark on the near side. Swart goes in short, going to be knocked away by the 53, who we don't have here. And we mentioned Quebec. They have members of the North Star Blue Ox. In fact, they have 4. And that is always been a small and fledgling team, but they're the only independent women's team, and that has to be still a victory, not only for the league, but also for the Women's Association as well.
Absolutely. Doesn't matter. The U.S.-Canada relationship, we're wanting to encourage numbers and seeing them as a standalone team, really exciting.
Yeah, Maria LaVictor and Autumn Swagger, who I was just talking to over here, who got a chance. She's only in her second season and got to play for the national team on the reserve side, which was great. Banged out to the near side by Adamo. Over to the near side to get it and picking that one up, but just managing to keep. I think it did end up go out of bounds, and it was the 16 there. And Isabel Senecal, a national team native, and in fact, it's going to be Jenna Typoletti, but in fact, they're going to give it to Ellen McDonald. Jenna is sneaking up into the forward line, and for someone who started out defender, she is a very, very key weapon right here because she can kick the ball like 50 meters.
How impressive is Ellen McDonald, though? One of our youngest players in the Women's League.
Her dad, whose name escapes me, who's the coach, had a conference for work, and he is not here. Milo Lombardi has taken up the mantle as coach of Houston alongside Victoria Schonagel as Stella Anderson comes out to take the mark. Again, still 12-0, Quebec the lead. And Quebec is a very interesting commodity. They do play the odd East Coast team as that one bounces in, and it's going to be awfully close, and waiting for the signal. It's a goal. And right there in front, I wasn't sure. 66, I think, is who it was, and I don't know. It could have been Senecal in front, 16. But that's the third goal of the game for the Quebec Saints. They go to 3 straight 18, and Houston no score, 18-0. Quebec the lead. And again, it's that pressure in the forward line.
Yeah, you'd like to see Houston step up a bit of the pressure in the center of the ground, try and win this next clearance.
I'm wondering if it might not be a bad idea to drop back, maybe even the drop back Typoletti. I mean, they're using her as a link-up player, but maybe get some. There's a lot of really good defensive player. Lorraine Cuoca's in there and a couple of others. Maybe drop them back a little bit and hem them up, because Sacramento, that side of them, have always been known for their defensive players. Katie Klatt was part of that before she's gone to Golden Gate. As the ball comes in the middle of the ground once again, and out to the far side now, picked up again by McDonald, who is racking up the possessions here. Throw a blanket over 10 players. Now everybody stands up as if to say kumbaya, and there is Lorraine with her back to us there, number 5, and it is like it's almost like a greased watermelon, but finally picked up and pumped forward by Haley Jones. She has a boot on her, I'll tell you what. There is Sawyer harassing, just got away. I think it's going to be contact, and in fact, it is going to be a free kick. Great job by Lizzie to draw the free kick.
wanted to play on quickly there, go up to the right side of the ground.
And now she'll go to her right and go up the right side, but it's turned over. So here's the kick. It's going to be chipped in high and deep and going back and going up to get it and tried for a handball across. Good job of the spoil by Jessica Stewart. And now kicking that one out again was Sawyer up to the near side. Vorodkowski has it clean bowl her. Goes the shepherd off of Graham, picked up by Senecal, goes into the pocket. It'll roll, it'll skip, it'll hop, and it'll go out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Thanks to Watch AFL, the scoreboard, it's 3 straight 18 to no score. And it's interesting to see Houston and Austin. They were the Texas Heat for many years. They won the national championship together last year. And Austin essentially and Houston, they've kind of struck out on their own at this point. And that's a way that's good because it means that they're growing individually.
Absolutely. I think Austin brought 15 to 16 players, North Texas 5 players, and Houston also bringing a 12 to 14 player contingent. That means Texas footy is really healthy, and we like to see it continue to grow in the future.
Mark taken by the 69, who is Krista Kent. Kent sends that one off to the left side and drops in front. Heard the whistle. Graham is in there, and it is picked up. Graham, a good job of putting the tackle on Levicharski, and we have a whistle and a ball up. Let's see what's happening here as umpire Jeff Person is running over to the side here, and it is going to be a boundary throw, and I was curious as to what it was, and usually when Jeff runs pretty fast like that, something's up. But in fact, it is a ball comes spinning back in the play.
A lot of congestion there.
Yep.
Bit of a clearance, but Quebec won it back.
Well, here's Jones again, trying for style points and getting them. That's almost a goal and a half. And that's not a real thing, in case anybody's curious. That's more of a saying. But Jones kicks her second, and they've both been circus goals. And it's Quebec 24, Sacramento nothing. And the experience of the forward line really, I think, is coming to the fore here, April. It's over here. I'll get it. So I've dropped a water bottle and I've dropped my binoculars. I don't know that there's too much else around here I can drop. Go ahead.
Don't drop the mic, Brian. That's all.
Well, if I drop the mic, then it's attached here with a weight. So I think if I drop it, there's a problem. But anyway, yeah, Quebec has done fantastic so far. And it is going to be 5 in the square, so it will be a free kick. You can't have more than 4 players in that center square, and unfortunately, the one player got out before the umpire noticed it. So out to the near side, as they are very, very slowly trying to get forward Houston. Here is Tan, I believe. No, check that. That was Jessica Stewart who dropped the pill, and it's Jones now the other way. Jones must be playing kind of a rover role because we're seeing her on both sides. Popping up in front there is Julie Patricio, another Northwind player, sending that one into the forward 50. And then knocking over, I think that's going to get called, and in fact it is. And so an obstruction call, it appears, and Lizzie Sawyer drawing yet another free kick. So out to the near side now they come. And we have a whistle and we'll have a ball up. One thing I've noticed about the Quebec players, just looking through their roster, and this is, I think, something great about footy in general, is, and the men have players who were born in 10 different countries. Quebec, I think it's the women's team, it's 7 different countries. And it's fantastic to see people come over here who at different times in their lives and get involved in this sport. It truly is, and this is going to surprise some people, very much a global experience here in North America, which is fantastic to see, especially from somebody growing the game such as yourself.
They don't call it a melting pot for no reason. I think it's awesome that we have so many different countries represented, and it's going to continue to be healthy for both our league as well as Canada's league.
Levicharski will have a chance to add to the score. Chips up over the top. Wynn takes it across, and it's marked defensively, and that ends that. That is Ellen McDonald. Boy, she is, again, another posse for her. Out to the near side. It'll 2-hop over and on the wing position. Score check for Watch AFL It's 4 straight 24, no score for Houston. I'm Brian Barish alongside April Munn, and our thanks to the folks here at Sarasota and Bradenton counties. Also, our thanks to Tasmanian, our endless thanks to them and to Coopers for putting on this season and this tournament. Typoletti comes out of nowhere off the ruck to tap into advantage, looking for Stewart on the near side, and it goes sailing, and it will be a boundary throw-in on the wing position commentary side. I think they're having trouble, April, adjusting to the wind. I think that's the biggest thing. And I've noticed a lot of these teams kicking against the wind, kicking the ball up in the air, and it's hanging up in the air. You have to either go to the handball. Oh, great smother by McDonald. Oh, I think she may have gotten falconed, but if she did, she's not acting like it. Great spoil. You rang? Well, I mean, it's also a matter of skill. You want to drop the ball a little bit closer to the foot. Is that something that's hard to get used to?
Yeah, especially for, a lot of the newer players in the league. It's just a success when you've kicked the ball, especially, under heavy defensive pressure. You just want to clear that ball. But really, to be successful in the wind, you want to keep it low, win it on the ground. That's going to be really advantageous.
Yeah, really here, and it's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go the way of Houston. So here comes their opportunity, perhaps. Again, trailing 24-0. And sending this one deep is one of the Suns players. I think that might be Bianca Marshall. Graham was tripped, no call. Handballs it back, looking for Andrew Cision. Don't argue there by Graham, and she is caught, though. So all that did would buy her about 3 seconds, and a great job by Ellen McDonald. And she has to be best on ground for me so far from Houston. She sends this one up on the far side as the ball goes to ground. Going to be picked up again by Andrew Cision. Slides through. That might not have been Andrew Cision, but that's okay. Sending that one through again. She sent her right on her Kyber pass. My goodness gracious, what a hit by Sawyer to clear her out. And the ball goes to ground, and there it is. My goodness, she is like a wrecking ball, Lizzie Sawyer, and she just sent Stella Anderson flying.
Sawyer in a one-on-one is always going to be a tough one to win.
I mean, I'm scared of her, and I'm not even on the field.
One hip bump. That's all it takes.
And I can assure you it is a free kick, by the way, to 66, who, again, we don't have left-footed kick, and it's punched away by Adamo and goes out of bounds. I can assure you that hit was delivered in good humor.
Absolutely, and it not in the back. Right?
Oh, yes, it was a clean hit.
Clean hit.
It was a clean hit. I know hockey players that would be happy of that. And she's from Minnesota originally, so that makes sense. As we're going to have another ball in for the ruck. I'm interested. I mean, let's talk about Lizzie as well. The not only the footballer, but the football person and the person. And we'll get to that in just a second. We have a ball right in front here as they go, and we'll have a ball up dead in front. We'll talk about Lizzie when they clear the ball here, because she's an impressive human being, and she also is really one of the nicest people in the league, and she's doing a lot of work. Off of one step, kicks Senecal, and that one goes across the face. They're going to try and clear it. There is Sawyer once again, and she just got it away. Out to the near side, McDonald is closest, and she doesn't keep the ball in play. There is Leduc, Caroline Leduc, the former South Fremantle Shark, or rather East Fremantle Shark. I'll get it eventually. She's the president of the Wasatch War Goals in Salt Lake City, Utah. She's doing her best to grow that club with fledgling numbers. But the thing is, she has the most important message, which is for her club, which is come as you are, you're welcome as you are, as long as you play the game. That's so important in growing our sport.
And we fly as one, right? That's one of their club mottos, and that's one club. Men, women, come as you are, doesn't matter. It's so powerful as our part of the league right now.
This is, let's see, let's go through here. I think that might be Alexandra Cook who comes out to the near side, and it's marked again by McDonald. Ellen McDonald from Brisbane originally, and in her third season with the Houston Lone Stars. Kicks this one. Wynn takes it. Quokka settling. Forehands on the footy, and it's marked by Jones, and so she gets another one, but a good job of positioning by Lorraine Quokka, who played some of her footy in Wollongong. Here's the kick from the right side. Long kick, and it clean bowls everybody. Going back to get it and picking it up is Typoletti. Typoletti on three. I call her Super Jenna because every time she has the ball, it's like, you know, Mario and the Superstar when he becomes invincible. That's kind of like it is. They kind of bump off of her because they cannot bring her down. She's so strong. She did, however, give up the free kick here.
It's just in the way she picks it up so cleanly and then accelerates.
Yeah.
Right? It's really powerful.
And she's got deceptive speed as that one is sent on the way, and that one comes across, and it is marked again by Lizzie Sawyer. Sawyer comes out to the near side again, looking for McDonald, who takes the mark. Another mark, another possession for Ellen McDonald. She runs on and comes this one in again, looking for Stewart, but Rutkowski got her hands to it. And there is a massive meeting on the other side of the camera over there. And, of course, our thanks to Gridiron Productions, who've come all the way down from Central Florida to bring you the sights and the sounds of this 2023 USAFL National Championships and here on Cooper's Field. We're going to do that again and have another rethrow. And remember, these are volunteers that are doing this. Not the umpires. The umpires, of course, they're accredited, as you can tell by the green shirts, as the ball comes back into play. This was 64, and she goes forward as that one goes through. Going all the way down to pick that one up was Rattan, Haley Rattan, and going all the way back, Shira Robinson, but there was a free kick to Jessica Palacios and a 50-meter penalty. And Shira Robinson, and Robinson is still remonstrating. I don't know if that was our horn or not, but now oh wow, another 50 as Robinson has not. I think she's still. And that is the wrong umpire to back chat to, and I don't think she realizes that.
Yeah, there must be something going on by word of mouth because he did not like what she had to say.
And now it's Jessica Palacios, I believe, who now will kick the ball from dead in front against the wind. It's going to be short. It's knocked away, and that is it. That would have come after the siren. So Quebec is very, very lucky to get away from that, and it was Shira Robinson who I think is very lucky, and I don't know. We're just keeping an eye on things to make sure that she wasn't shown a card. But in any event, that is the end of an eventful first half with the score of the Quebec Saints 4 goals straight, 24. Houston no score. And April, the scoreboard is one way, but I mean, we saw a lot of good defense from Houston. I mean, we've mentioned Sawyer's name a lot. We've mentioned McDonald's name a lot. They're not playing a bad game. Their fortunes might change when they have the wind in the second half.
Absolutely. You know, they're moving the ball well. They've got defensive pressure. You'd like to see them maintain a little bit more structure, and that goes for Quebec as well. You tend to see when the ball goes and gets stuck in one of those pockets, a lot of folks from both teams are getting over into the pocket. So that's one thing I'd like to see sorted out a bit more in the second half. But I think, yeah, the tables will turn when Houston has the win to their advantage.
My, how the turntables. Anyway.
Must turn.
Well, that's for all you Office fans out there. We'll step aside and come right back with the second half. Again, Quebec leading 24-0. You're watching the 2023 USAFL National Championships from Lakewood Ranch, Florida, here on USAFL.com. Second half of this Women's Division II match between the Quebec Saints and Houston Lone Stars. It's all Houston or Quebec rather, on the scoreboard to start. They lead 24-0. Brian Barish alongside April Munn. And we're underway here in the second half now with the Houston Lone Stars kicking with the agency of a 3-4 goal win. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. It's this music that's making me silly.
All of a sudden, clearances are still going the same way. You
Yeah.
saw a big kick from Quokka, and now Houston seems to have the pressure.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing. And here's McDonald, but it was cleared off. Goes straight up into the air. It goes across. Going to be picked up and shot for a goal across the face there in the 64, again, unlisted for Houston. And, again, a number of the players here. And you would like to think that some of these players would have the numbers matching to them, but, that's neither here nor there. As this will be kicked back into play, almost marked, going to bounce off, going in, trying to pick that one up and sent sideways, and I think it's going to be tackling without the footy. It's going to be Palacios again getting the free kick. And just coming over was Rebecca Cameron to say no hard feelings, and that's a good sportsmanship there. But here is Palacios, who missed one after the siren. This is a bit better of a ball. It drops in front. Rattan goes down. A little back heel, if you don't mind. Two players. There's Stewart. It goes across the face. Sliding in safe at second base again was Palacios, and that's tapped through. And Houston's on the board. On the Watch AFL scoreboard, it's Quebec 24, Houston 1.
And, if you're Houston, you really just want to lock the ball in right now. Utilize that win to your advantage and see how much you can rack up on the scoreboard.
Out to the near side now, and this one will come up as going after to get it. There's a few players there from the North Star Blue Ox, and I can tell because they're wearing the rainbow socks, and that one goes up down the line. Nice mark there by the 45 that you see in Caroline Leduc now sends this one down the line. Again, played in Western Australia with the big tackle in there. Bouncing off was Rachel Erickson. We mentioned she played with East Fremantle. And it's always good to see players, and we see this in the U.S. and Canada, go over and play. And there's a few over there even now. I mean, Leilani Cordoba's going over and come back. You got the opportunity to play. It's really a great chance to learn and how the sport functions over there and to play at a higher level.
Yeah, it's a really good opportunity to develop your football. It doesn't matter what league you are a part of when you go over there, but you get more exposure weekly basis.
And Amelia Carr from Seattle, who has come back for this. This was going to roll all the way down, and there's three players going after it, and picking that one up is Krista Kent. Kent turns the ball over, however, and off of one step is Sequeira, but that one, it's a Wilbur post. Hello, I'm Mr. Ed. And Sequeira, another national teamer, she came awfully close to the first major for Houston. It's now 24-2. I was going to say Amelia Carr from Seattle. I believe she has returned. She has returned, correct?
She is doing a stint in the U.S. right now, just for the tournament this weekend.
Yes. Oh, that's what I meant. She is playing for St. Mary's in the NTFL. The third player, I believe, the fourth, Jess Blecker, Rosie Quokka, yourself, and now Amelia, I think are the four U.S. AFLers who have gone. I think there was one American who didn't come through us who played up there at one point. But that's tell very quickly, what's it like playing footy at the top end?
It's fantastic. Different style of football, right? There, a lot of run and carry. Really talented football players coming up there. And a lot of names that you know and products in the AFLW now.
Absolutely. I know Abby Holmes used to play up there for a time as well. And, of course, everybody knows Abby, former AFLW, former Adelaide Crow.
Danielle Ponter, Jazzy Hewitt.
Yep.
A lot of the Suns girls now.
Yep. This one is sent free and high in the air. It's going to bounce. There's going to be a foot race onto it. Palacios is there. She was shoved down once again by Cameron, and I think for the second time, Rebecca Cameron's going to get pinged for shoving her down off the football. So Palacios doing a good job of drawing some of these free kicks. I think this is about her third or fourth. She's going to be brought around and coming all the way over as McDonald to offer herself as an option. I think she really needs to look, because I don't think she has the strongest kick, even with this win. She's got options. She's got Quokka in the middle. And, in fact, she tried the handball. Unfortunately, McDonald was covered at that point. And now up on the far side now, kicked off the ground. It's going to get picked up by Sosa. This is I think that's Jaden Sosa who sends that one back, but Andrew Sijan sends it back from whence it came. There goes or rather that was Adamo over the top. Pitchfork handball backwards. Mustard came off the hot dog, picked up by Erin Graham. Graham just got a kick away out to the near side. Sequeira sees it go through her hands. She's shoved aside. She goes down to the ground, and everybody goes A over T, and we'll have a free kick, and it will go the way of Caroline Sequeira. Really like Caroline. She's a good nuggety player. Really small, but really battles after the footy.
She likes to get in the contest, put her head over the football, and just win those hard-to-get balls.
Nice mark by Jenna Taipoletti. She can not only boot it, but she's really impressive with how she uses her strength to take those marks.
Absolutely. And with this, she's got the win behind her. You'd think this would be the first major score of the day.
Well, let's see. And it starts left. It's going to come around. It's just gone behind the stick. And so that is the third point of the game for the Houston Lone Stars. It's now 24-3. Jenna kicked the only goal of the game for the USA Freedom Reserves in that game against the Midnight Suns. And really it was the same thing. It was just boxing her way out and taking a fantastic mark, and she did it there. Not able to convert. There's a steal. Great smother, though. Great job of running the ball down by the Saints, and now they come back the other direction. Going to pick that one up again was Erickson, but here is Sosa. Turns and fires this one out towards the top. 1 hop, 2 hop, 3 hop. Picked up by Taipoletti again. Stab for goal, and this time she makes no mistake. Goal to Jenna Taipoletti and the Houston Lone Stars. There's the first major score of the game. They go on the 1-3-9, and now they trail by 15. Quebec 4 straight 24. It's Quebec 24, Houston 9.
With that body work in the forward line, Jenna can really be dangerous. So major scoreboard threat. It is going to be an exciting second half.
It really is. And here's something about, I think she's a little, not like seriously embarrassed, but like I like telling this because I find it interesting. She won the 2004 NFL punt, pass, and kick contest for her age group, and they brought her to Kansas City where they were playing. The Chiefs were playing the Colts, and they gave her award on national television. And now that her dad actually, who I saw last year, was the one who told me about that. Quebec's going to get their first for a forward, but Lizzie Sawyer said, yeah, remember when you tried to do that last time and it didn't work? Well, it's the same thing. And she takes down again. And this time she's the one who's going to get pinged, as she took down Matilda Anderson before she had the ball. And I think she's just checking. She's saying it's somebody else had the ball. It was Anderson who she took down, and they'll play on quickly as they give it to Leduc. Leduc sends that one in, and that one is pumped away now and picked up out the back, looking across, trying to find Senecal. And finally does pick it up on the second bite of the cherry, and we have a whistle. No, it's going to be a shot for a goal, and that was Vong Herath going over the top, and she tries to play backwards, and we now have a whistle, and we'll have a push in the back, and it will be a free kick coming out for the Lone Stars. Things picking up a little bit, especially with Quebec getting this rare sortie forward against the wind.
I was going to make a cricket comparison. It's almost like watching the chase.
Yep.
With the benefit of the wind.
That is, I've made that you're absolutely right. No, you're absolutely right, because it was just like that. We noticed that in the grand final of Division One. Nice job by Swart as she gets away from one tackle. As it comes out to the near side, it queen bowls the Sacramento player there, as that one is popped up in the air. Andrew Sijan saw it go through her hands. Swart is down, and Andrew Sijan is trying to extract it. And it was illegal. It was a illegal disposal, as Swart didn't get the handball off in time. So here is Andrew Sijan, goes in the middle. A great job by Erin Graham. Graham, I think, a little bit of an underrated player. She has been around a long time, almost really to the beginning of this Suns team. And she plays down the middle of the ground, and it's Mark.
It's great to see Erin back out here.
Yeah.
After pregnancy. She took a few years off, but looks fit as ever, and it's really just great to see her back out on the pitch.
There's a chance in front. I was going to say, she's not the only one who we've seen have a kid or kids and come back. I think of the Castanics, who've both done, Drea. There's so many players, but it's also, I think, kind of funny how all of us kind of disappeared in the pandemic and came back with tiny humans.
Some of us, not all of us.
Yes. Well, I meant all. I mean, yes.
Apologies for distracting the commentary.
I apologize. No, you're right. Mark taken by Leduc. Leduc saddles up and goes down the middle of the ground. Mark nicely over the top by doing Win. Win. Holding, horses, chipped over the top, will hold, drops in front of Senecal, and now going to pick that one up is Sawyer. Lizzie comes out to the near side, going after it is Adamo. Adamo is in there, again, trying to extract it was Rutkowski, comes out to the near side, right in front of April and I. Left-footed chip by Senecal, again a chance now. Going to pick that one up is Matilda Anderson. Over the back, and it's going to be a free kick, and it's going the way of Levicharski. Amelia Levicharski from Bulgaria originally. And sending that one into the middle of the ground. Going and trying to pick that one up, and it will take 2 tries there. And finally, we have a whistle, and it will be a ball up. I think Quebec a little bit of the fitter side, and that's why you're seeing them get more chances on this side, April. Ball comes in front now. And good job again by Lizzie Sawyer. Good job off the side. That one's going to sneak through. Oh, from an angle. Wow, that angle was more acute than my 3-year-old. And give that one to Angelica Pineda-Gonzalez, who is a relatively new name in the Quebec Saints roster, but there's one against the breeze, and that might just about settle the issue, and that takes them on to 5 straight 30 to 139. It's Quebec 30, Houston 9.
And it certainly helps that Quebec has been kicking straight, right? 5-0, 30. Almost the same amount of forward 50 entries. But kicking true really is what matters.
We saw that earlier in the first game, April, with New York, and that was a complete night and day. That's going to be a 5 in the square call. And so it'll be a free kick going the way of Houston, and they're going to need this. We saw New York in the first game in this group as well. It's about inside 50 efficiency, especially at this level. Some of these goals are almost worth 2.
Absolutely.
Marked by McDonald.
And taking advantage of those opportunities in a 40-minute contest is really impactful.
McDonald sends this one inside 50. Type of Letty. Oh, that would have been a circus catch and a half. And she grubs that one through. It's turned aside by the fullback and goes out of bounds. And it will be a throw in. I thought maybe that could have been deliberate, but I think that would have been kind of harsh. But Ellen McDonald, again, she is very much in the play.
And you like to see her really stepping up in this game, really taking the leadership role for Houston.
Out the back now in the middle of the ground. Quokka couldn't get to it. Second bite of the cherry, wins the footy. Good job. Sends that one in. Nice. Mark, no, not paid. And then rushing through like a house on fire there was Haley Jones. Jones, who has a couple of goals to her name, and it finds Leduc. Leduc sends this one in the middle of the ground, coming out to the near side now, and going to find a friendly face and going to go all the way back, picking that one up and now moving forward. A big swing and a miss. Is that going to be it? Yep, holding the ball. Good job of the tackle by Jessica Stewart, who's also having a solid game as well. Another big pickup for that Houston side, I think. Sending this one into the middle of the ground, and that one is put down. And going back, Quebec going back in the other direction. Looking for a lead, and a nice mark by Stella Anderson. They're just making better leads, I think. That's the other side of it, too.
Quebec is getting a lot of separation from the Houston defenders right now, and that's what's helping them take advantage and capitalize on these opportunities.
And taking marks like that. Caroline Leduc, who I'm pretty sure was the shortest player of the 3 in that contest, ends up winning, taking the mark. And she will go back for perhaps a coup de grace en français, s'il vous plaît. Kick is up on the way. It's right to left, right on the wind.
And how did she do in the goal-kicking contest last night?
She won. She tied for the win, I believe.
All right.
I was there, and I forgot.
You see it there. Tried and true.
Absolutely. Well, she tied with Cricket Temple from the New York Magpies. It was a fun night. It really was. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do the boundary throw-in competition, which I mean, you were the only entrant, so I guess you win automatically. What is it Homer Simpson says? The 2 best words in the English language: default. Watch AFL scoreboard, by the way. 36-9 is the score. It's Quebec 36, Houston 9, and Quebec on the strength of 6 straight. And they're looking for a 7th, and they're looking hurry as that one hangs up in the wind. Running onto it and getting it again is Leduc. It is showtime for Caroline Leduc. Put down your glasses, ladies and gentlemen. Caro has kicked 2 in a row.
And in a contest when the 5-team round robin percentage and head-to-head could be a factor, so this score right now could come into play at the end of the day tomorrow.
And it might, for the time being, and there's still 2 more games left today, it will, for the time being, on percentage, put them in the first place. We'll double-check that. But on the Watch AFL scoreboard, it's now Quebec 42 and Houston 9, 42-9, 7 straight kicks. I'd have to go way back in the. I'm not sure what the most goals in a Nationals game without a behind is. I mean, this has to be up there, and they are coming again. We don't care that there's a 3-goal win. We're going to turn this around, and really they have broken the game open, but they have not let up have the Lone Stars. This is Typoletti down the line, sending that one through and over to get it, and we have a whistle and being taken down behind the play. And just slow to get up. I believe that's Andrew Cision. Larissa Andrew Cision, we talk about Lizzie Sawyer being a leader on the American side. The speech that she gave, not only for the Midnight Suns, but also she was on the Team Canada Camogie team at the World Games. And the speech that she gave, like, she loves what she does. She is very much like Lizzie, and like Lizzie does a lot for growing the game in her country.
I've had the privilege to play on one of Larissa's teams and hear one of those famous speeches, and it just really inspiring to hear that leadership on the field.
She is the poet laureate of AFL Canada. I'm going to tell her that when I see her later, I'm sure. But as the ball comes out in the middle of the ground, just getting that one away, Senecal going all the way back. It's a dangerous tackle. Quebec will get it. I think McDonald held on a little bit too long, past the 8 seconds, so to speak. Now to the near side they come, into the wind, marked across by, let's take the ladder off, Brian, marked across by Haley Jones. Jones might be best on ground. Maybe Leduc might get the 3 votes. I think either one of them you can't go wrong with. No prior opportunity, and you hear Aaron Graham. We'll see who nominates. There's Rodkowski, wins again to advantage. Senecal, it helps when your ruck is about a foot taller than the opponents. As the ball comes down, Leduc is taken down. Oh, good tackle by Sequeira. You mentioned how tough she is. She really threw herself into that.
And this Houston side is continuing to fight, and they will until the last siren.
To the near side, they find Jones. Jones with a driving kick into the wind, drops in front, getting by Wynn, and now going over to get it. There's like 3 Lone Stars there. And the umpire crosses his arms like the Monsignor, and we'll have a ball up. Brian Barish alongside USAFL President April Munn.
It's, again, good to be here. Really excited for the opportunities next year has in store with the leadership in the USAFL board.
I mean, I'd vote for you. I mean,
you have to be a president in order to.
Yes. Well, I meant for like actual president. And that is it. And it is full time at the football. This will be here is Rutkowski, who will do a shot for goal because she can. And I think she owes somebody a drink because I don't think that was worth the time. But that's okay. She'll be happy because her team starts their 2023 Nationals on a high and a thrilling victory, a good victory for them. The final score, it's the Quebec Saints 7 straight 42. The Houston Lone Stars 139. And April, I think if you're Houston, as they are now, we'll take a quick look at the ladder and tell you that they are 0-2 after losing to both Austin and now Quebec. I don't think they should be too rattled by this. I think they played two really good games, especially here, and I think there's room for improvement as we head into two more games tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always the struggle with the combination teams is it does take a little bit of time before you get that momentum. One thing to also consider is this was Quebec's first game of the day,
yeah.
Houston's second game of the day, so fresh legs versus second game legs is always something entertaining. So I think there are a lot of learning opportunities